is Pascal Odigboh from Imo State.
Pascal, you're from Imo State.
Yeah.
You are home.
Yeah.
We met several times.
Chatham House.
Yes, we met at the Chatham House in England.
Yeah.
We met in Abuja, right?
Yeah.
And here we met again.
Unrepentant, obedient.
Unrepentant, obedient, that's correct.
Yeah.
Pascal, you're here for the Imo State primary for the Labour Party.
Yeah.
You've been here for the last couple of days.
Yeah.
So far, how have you seen the process that, I think we have about 305 delegates that's been elected. So how was the process? How do you think the process is going so far?
Thank you. I appreciate it, Njanja, and I want to give you this opportunity to thank you for all the good work you are doing. More grease to your elbow. Now, of course, we met at Chatham and we followed Peter up and about during the campaign, for the elections. And of course, we seen how they all turned out. But I think I came to the conclusion that, all politics is local. You must find a way to gravitate towards the base and be able to, cascade all the learnings in the federal, in the state. And that's really what informed my decision to come to the state. So we tried as much as possible to assist in setting up the kind of platform that will enable a free, fair, and credible Congress, which will produce the delegates who are going to elect the candidate today. So, and that's what we have done, tried to do.
And that process of electing the delegates, in your view, was an excellent process, right?
I don't think I will give you the word excellent. Remember what Peter said, if you want to answer the word excellency, then of course the process that brings you to the word must be excellent. I will not give the process excellent. I will not say the process is excellent. However, it is a clear departure from what people are used to in the past. We had names I just written in somebody's room and then submitted. Some semblance of election was conducted across board. There were a couple of hitches in Ngobala, Nabombise, Wangele, and I think with so there were a couple of hiccups. People were, kidnapped along the way, like the one in Ngobala.
People were kidnapped?
Yes, absolutely, kidnapped. But of course, it showed clearly that a couple of things occurred. But in a rating of 10 to 5, you will give this about 60. So it's be above average. Okay? But for me, it is a starting point for something that is great. And I think what I want to speak to here now is to the delegates who have emerged, whether dubiously or by the letters, that the responsibility of the next 4 years, of what Imo will look like in the next 4 years, rests squarely on their shoulders. And if this is something they want to trade for filter local, then it would be a shame. It would be a shame. So I think that as they gather in another 2 hours, we should be able to downplay every other influences or sectors or sentiments and keep our eye on the ball, which is who has the capacity, who understands what the challenge is, what is the Imo issue, what are the Imo problems, and who also have their own overarching vision of how to recalibrate Imo State. The candidates have spoken, have seen around. Incidentally, which is one of the things we think they should do before the elections occur, each of those candidates must be queried, even if it's for 10 minutes, to speak to the delegates and to Imo people of what they see the Imo problem to be, and what is their overarching vision for this new Imo, so that we don't begin to vote based on sentiments, but based on reason.
Thank you very much. Now, you talked about the process. Pardon me if I come back to that process. If before now the older parties had these challenges within the processes that brings about these delegates, Labour Party ought to be the departure from this old order. But from your assertions now, it appears that departure didn't entirely happen. So wouldn't people be kind of saying, well, we are not, Labour Party is actually not what they envisaged?
Let me put it this way. And I think our principal Peter answered it when they asked him, oh, you've been in PDP, don't say you're a new person. He said, listen, God will never make new persons to save a people. When he wanted to save Israel, he still went amongst them and brought Moses to do so. This is a great beginning. What Labour Party needs to do now is to open up its frontiers and allow some infusion of the obedience into their midst. What you still have are still the old hegemonistic warlords who still hold forth in various other parties, including Labour. So Labour needs to post, if I was going to do some kind of post-election analysis and create some kind of pathway, is to allow Labour to now receive this obedience, this irrevocably and unapologetic obedience to their system, so that an architecture, I refuse to use the word structure, that an architecture that can birth the kind of dream that we have, both for Nigeria and for the various sub-sovereigns like Imo State. The way it is structured now, you are still having the same old war horses, still having their way. So I let them take this as an advice. They must allow a breath of fresh air, some new young people, not only in age but in thought, some measure of strategy to come into the Labour Party, so that going forward, this win that our principal have had, or the obedience have had, will not be a fluke. Because 4 years, nobody knew we were going to survive Buhari for 8 years. It's gone. In another 4 years, that'll be 2017. So the preparation for the kind of capacity, the kind of structure, the kind of architecture that will take out finally to sing the non-dimitives of the old warlords must begin now in all the states. And here I charge my brothers and sisters across the country: obedience, big tent, get into Labour Party, go and contest and be chairman, the secretary, the treasurer, so that when it's time to produce the delegates, that's not the time to start running around. It's not now that you start running around. The people that are holding sway now are the people that have been made the chairman, and the treasurer and the secretary. So you need to go and hold the leverage of the party in preparation for elections like this.
Okay, finally, you are not a delegate, are you?
No, I'm not a delegate.
Okay, but
I'm supposed to play
but were you to be a delegate? I know your interview
Don't ask
now.
me that question.
Were you to be a delegate?
Yeah.
Who amongst all the aspirants would you be routing for?
Let me answer your question in a slightly different manner. And please excuse me for not mentioning the name. We had wanted a situation where we conduct a town hall meeting, and there were two critical questions, three things we wanted. He that had the character, competence, and capacity, and compassion for the people. That's one. Two, somebody that understands the Imo problem. What, in his opinion, represents the challenge of Imo, whether it's economy, unemployment, power, whatever it is. Then the third is, what is your overarching vision? So as they step out there in another hour, the delegates must ask these three questions. The person I want to vote, does he have the competence? Does he have the character? Does he have the capacity and the capability? Most importantly, does he love the people? In other words, what is his why? That is a what, that is a how. But the most important thing is, why am I interested? It is in querying that why that you can understand whether the individual, what is the propelling force for that individual. Then finally, the individual, you must ask the individual, what is the vision for this great state? I think it's time for the recalibration of our state. And you need a man of intellect. This may give you an idea where I might tilt to. You need a man of great intellect who can develop a theory upon which the execution can occur.
Well, Mr. Pascal, thank you very much for speaking to us at Njenje Media TV.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.